All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take. It's all brought to you by our great friends at Empower Federal Credit Union. Log on to empowerfcu.com today. Find your peace of mind today with Empower Federal Credit Union. We're also presented by Sit Means Sit Syracuse, Bryant and Stratton College, and our good friends at the Allen Angus Pub. If you are in and around Central New York, get to the Allen Angus Pub before and after all the big events, Syracuse hoops, lacrosse, concerts, entertainment, you name it. Allen Angus Pub is home of the best darn Angus burger in town. The Houston Astros are literally the gift that keeps on giving for media people like myself and writers and everybody, fans, you name it, social media across the board, players who play in the game. I mean, look at the elite players of the game who have continued this thing on and on and on. Mike Trout spoke out, Aaron Judge spoke out, Cody Bellinger went bananas on these guys. It literally is the gift that keeps on giving. That Carlos Correa talks back to Cody Bellinger. Absolutely unbelievable. At this particular time, I just kind of want to unpack a few things on it and then talk about where we're going from here. Number one, I do not think that Jose Altuve's MVP should be stripped. I don't think the World Series should be stripped for the Houston Astros. Look, are they both forever tainted? Of course they are. But for us to think that Jose Altuve turns into a horrendous baseball player without the cheating is crazy talk. It's the same thing to think about Barry Bonds not being a Hall of Famer if he didn't use steroids. I mean, he was in the Hall of Fame before the steroid use as it is. I kind of use that analogy. In addition to that, you've got Houston. I mean, how much did they really cheat on the road? We don't really know the specifics yet. According to the commissioner report, there is a little bit of cheating that I think was in that report that they have said. But the reality is this. We don't know how much, and that was still a very, very good baseball team. Would they have won the World Series without the cheating? Probably not. I mean, I'd like to think that the Yankees win one game in Houston that year. As it turned out, the Yankees won the middle three games at home. And then the Astros won games 1, 2, and 6, and 7, all at home. I'd like to think that the Yankees win one of those games in Houston and go to the World Series. At that point, do they win or lose? It doesn't matter. The point is Houston does not win. But I just don't think that you can do anything with stripping titles and awards. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's already in place. It's already historically there, but it is significantly tainted. It's similar to USC winning. Sure, they broke rules. Sure, they accepted money. Sure, Reggie Bush accepted his Hummer. Sure, all that stuff happened. But he was the best player in college football, and he got the Heisman Trophy, and he had to give it back, so that means he doesn't win it. It just doesn't all add up to me. So all of a sudden, like, he's not the Heisman winner. Well, who is? They don't give the Heisman to somebody else. You're not going to give the World Series to anybody. They just strip it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's already in place. It's in the history books. But we have to think of it as kind of a little bit of less of a championship, right? And a stained championship, and certainly something that will affect these players for the rest of their lives. But as far as the immediate future, this thing is not going away anytime soon. In fact, I think that there could be so much of a push by managers and players, people getting so pissed off that Rob Manfred may very well have to, as the commissioner of baseball, think about stripping the World Series title from the Houston Astros in 2017. I don't think he'll do it, but I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him to do it. The bottom line is Rob Manfred is begging and dying for baseball games to start so that we have something else to talk about. We have spring training storylines right now, but we could have more storylines once the games start. Injuries will start to pile up for a potpourri of teams. There's just got to be other things to talk about right now in the game besides the scandal for this thing to kind of take a back seat in the game of baseball. The other thing that I hope does not happen, and I really mean this, in spring training and in the regular season, I really hope that people don't throw at the Houston Astros. I understand that they've been absolute cocky pricks during this whole entire thing. I realize that they were cocky pricks before all of it came out and that they did some of these media sessions and the like. But these are still human lives, and there's still a lot of other human lives on the Astro team, guys who haven't even talked yet, and there's going to be new people into the organization. Maybe there's going to be some guys via trade who get added to the roster as the season goes on. I just don't want to see ugliness with this. I don't want to see balls thrown at guys' heads and just a domino effect of things happening. I think that hopefully teams, they'll scale it back, they'll pull back a little bit. managers across baseball, hopefully the Joe Maddens and the Aaron Boones and the Terry Franconas and guys who have played the game and managed the game, have been around for a long, long time. I'm really, really hoping that that does not happen. The Rocco Baldellis of the world, I'm hoping that they don't throw at the Houston Astros. Bob Melvin, all these managers, got everybody in the National League as well, from Dave Roberts to Dave Martinez, and on it goes. I'm really, really hoping that things keep civil and that balls don't get thrown at the Houston Astros. And I think it will happen, though. I think it's inevitable. I think that there's going to be guys who are still super pissed, who want to, send some kind of a message, throw behind a guy, throw it at somebody's back, throw it at somebody's butt. We'll see what happens, but I hope it doesn't happen. Now, how about this? I'm recording a couple of podcasts this afternoon, and I'm high of ESPN, and I'm looking at the bottom line, and Josh Reddick says, we're going to shut everybody up and just go win. I'm paraphrasing, but this guy is a complete and utter disaster right now. Is that really the right thing to say? Do you really want to go out and guarantee that you're going to have a ton of success in 2020 when you can't use the technology that you used last year, 2018, and absolutely through and through in 2017? If I'm Josh Reddick and I'm the Houston Astros, I go prove it without saying anything. I go play, and that's still a very, very good team. That's a very, very good roster. Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman. They've got a plethora of awesome all-star baseball players, but I would never in a million years start to talk about how good you're going to be in an upcoming season when every single question is going to start and end with the Astros cheating scandal, the sign-stealing scandal. I just think that you're really barking up the wrong tree if you are Josh Reddick or anybody else talking about how great you're going to be in 2020 when you haven't even played a spring training game yet, you haven't played a regular season game yet, you have no idea how your staff is going to be without Garrett Cole. I do realize that Verlander is there and they get Lance McCullers back. But wow, I mean, talking about some success without the season even starting yet and real games that count in the standings, plus you just got absolutely bombed by Major League Baseball. You lost your manager. You lost your general manager. It's a complete and utter shit show. Nobody has any respect for you. A lot of people think that you didn't even win the World Series title in 2017. If I'm Josh Reddick, I don't say that. If I'm the Houston Astros, I don't say anything except that I'm concentrating on the game. We're excited to move forward, and we still feel like we have a really good baseball team. Now go win the West. Go win games and shut people up that way. But don't say anything. Don't tell me how good you're going to be. And oh, by the way, with the Houston Astros, if they win, they're still going to get asked about it. Isn't it really great that you guys were able to win without cheating? That's going to be a question. It's still going to come up. If they lose, everybody's going to say, well, absolutely they cheated, and they need to cheat now to win more games. So perhaps the Houston Astros sign-stealing situation is never going to go away. I do think, and I mentioned just a minute ago, how unbelievable it is that Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, and Mike Trout, three of probably, I would say, 5, 6, or 7 of the best players in Major League Baseball. The other couple guys might be Christian Yelich and Mookie Betts. I mean, those might be the 5 or 7 best guys in all of baseball. Now, when I look at those guys doing their thing and speaking in front of the media and trashing the Houston Astros, I was actually stunned that Aaron Judge came out and said something about how, it doesn't really count what the Houston Astros did. Cody Bellinger went postal on basically what would have been a great radio monologue in sports media. Mike Trout, a guy who's normally down here a little bit and staying pretty reserved with his comments on just about everything in Major League Baseball, those guys were pissed. Aaron Judge saying something like, you didn't earn it if you cheated the way the Houston Astros did. Woo! I mean, that came right from here from Aaron Judge. He talked about, going out and setting an example, sportsmanship, working hard, being around kids and giving them batting gloves and a high five and just doing the right things on a daily basis. That is a competitor right there. Cody Bellinger is a competitor. Mike Trout is a competitor. The real competitors are in this game. It's hurting them big time because they not only love to compete in baseball, but they love the game. And to see something like this go on with the Houston Astros, total clown show. I want nothing but losses and heartache for the Houston Astros. I hope they have a terrible season. I hope it's absolutely shitty for them, and I hope this never leaves that clubhouse because they would be getting, at that point, continued what's been going on, exactly what they deserve. Mike Lindsley with you, 9 minutes with me here on IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube, brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College, Hides of Liverpool, Barks and Rec Doggy Daycare, and Ken's Auto Detailing. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and as I always say, enjoy the games.